Well, people, welcome to the Hell in a Cell live reaction. And I guess we're going to be kicking it off first with Alberto Del Rio going against Randy Orton. I thought it was a Hell in a Cell match, though, but I guess not.
Who wouldn't want to be Alberto Del Rio?
Look at that, we're already having technical difficulties in the beginning of the show. Hee-haw, Mexico. That's Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio. Alright, we're already having technical difficulties in the beginning of the show as soon as I start this thing. What are the odds of that? But we're doing this show. We'll leave that. One way or another, technical difficulties, no technical difficulties, we're getting through this pay-per-view tonight.
It would be Alberto has his own ring announcer, not Ricardo. That's what I said, Alberto. Quick correction, Michael. We are not going to get along well out here. Well, this match here tonight has gotten extremely personal, JR. It began on the night that Randy Orton had Big Show to determine the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Randy Orton had a rough night, obviously, with the Big Show, as everyone does. And then after the match was over, Alberto Del Rio seizing the moment to assault Randy Orton and attempt to injure Orton. You see right here, Alberto Del Rio taking cheap shots and liberties with Randy Orton. But we all know that the Apex Predator certainly would not take that situation lightly. And as John is also here in a moment, Randy Orton. Goodbye, ring announcer. Hello, Hell in a Cell. We're about to have one heck of a fight, Michael. Well, despite what happened there, Del Rio still claims Orton is afraid of him. I am the ideas in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy Orton. Well, there is the WWE Apex Predator until Alberto Del Rio proves otherwise. Randy Orton set to do battle tonight at Hell in a Cell. Well, joining us at ringside, of course, none other than the Spanish commentators, Carlos Cabrera and Marcelo Rodriguez. Hola. Gracias, hola, gracias, familia. Y hoy en una Metro 6 nacional tenemos 6 títulos siendo disputados y uno de ellos es de la WWE dentro de la implacable jaula de acero. Y he comentado 3 veces en la jaula implacable y no he ganado una sola vez. ¿Será que finalmente esta noche gana la serie? You know, there's a great article at WWE.com, JR, that asks the question, has Randy Orton lost his edge? Del Rio seems to be one step ahead of the Viper. What do you think? Well, I think that Del Rio makes a pretty good point. Randy Orton has got to do something that, I don't want to say jumpstart himself, but we know what Randy Orton can do. Randy Orton without gold, he looks almost naked. And seeing a man naked is not my idea of a great night. John, you watch him every week on SmackDown. I don't know what Jared's talking about Randy Orton being naked. Look, he's the youngest WWE champion ever. He's a 9-time WWE World Champion. This man is somebody who has potential going out like crazy, and he has reached it. As far as losing his edge, we have got a heck of a fight shaping up here at Hell in a Cell because no Randy Orton head, and Alberto Del Rio is on top of his game right now. Randy Orton, the classic pose that has been mocked by Del Rio as of late already. WWE Hell in a Cell is trending worldwide on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, Ricardo Rodriguez said that this matchup is going to resemble the Mexican flag here tonight, where the eagle, Del Rio, conquers the serpent, Randy Orton. Do we kick things off with Del Rio and Orton? like to join all those watching here live tonight.
Guess it's not a Hell in a Cell match then. It looked like it was really hyped up to be one.
Places like the United Kingdom on Sky Sports, in Australia, Romania, Chile, Ecuador, and of course in Del Rio's home country of Mexico. And certainly Randy Orton getting off to a very fast start. And getting off to a fast start is so important in these high-stakes matchups between two upper-level superstars.
I guess it's only 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight. Like this one was really hyped up to be a Hell in a Cell.
Don't forget American Forces Network, Michael. Yes, big shout-out to all the men and women serving on our ships at sea as Randy Orton takes it to Alberto Del Rio. Nice of Randy to place your hat back on the very nice table. Hey, on tag team with his father, the Hall of Famer, Cowboy Bob Orton in Japan. I go way back with the Orton family. Nice of him to take care of my hat. Nice of also our forces around the world get to watch one heck of a fight. For Randy Orton, this again is, as he said Friday night on SmackDown, Del Rio picked the wrong guy to make an example of. He said he's going to be honest, and that he's going to give Del Rio the most brutal beating of his life here tonight. Orton picking off body parts here in the early going, ankles, shoulders, the head, and now the more strikes right into the solar plexus of Alberto Del Rio. Orton came highly motivated tonight. Indeed he did. I mean, he's been mocked and humiliated by Del Rio, let alone the sneak attack we showed you a little bit earlier on from a number of weeks ago, and Randy's got to be careful he's not disqualified here in the early going. Interesting. Look at Ricardo Rodriguez, and that's what Randy's got to watch out for. Randy knows that Rodriguez can be a huge distraction. And that left arm is going to be his Alberto real streak.
Oh, from then on to Orton said fuck again.
Up the left shoulder
Orton is on.
For the cross arm breaker that many believe may be the most dangerous submission maneuver in WWE today. It's hard to argue that it isn't, quite frankly, because it can be applied to anyone. It can debilitate somebody. Now look at this. Right on the arm. That's exactly what Del Rio's doing. Nothing random about this act. And Del Rio continuing to work on Randy. Randy Orton has had a history of shoulder problems over the years in WWE. Very well documented, and Del Rio knows that. Del Rio has the advantage with all his amateur training. Randy Orton, certainly an amazing catch-can specialist. As John mentioned, he's won so many championships. But quite frankly, Alberto Del Rio is a better amateur skilled wrestler than is Randy Orton, in my opinion. Alberto Del Rio, Pan American gold champion, would have gone to the Olympics in Australia. Mexico would have had the money to spend him. And Randy Orton teeing off on Del Rio, but again goes to the arm. He got a 5 here. Gotta love this. He got a 5 count before he has to break. What's going to be disqualified? He breaks 4-5. Brilliant. A lot of damage done from 1 to 4 count. And again, Orton's left arm being the target of the offensive attack of Alberto Del Rio. You know, John, I want to pose you this question from SmackDown this past Friday night. Is Del Rio and Orton's head? Orton was so wrapped up with Del Rio this past week, he was attacked from behind by Wade Barrett, who had cut some sort of deal with Del Rio. And Wade Barrett knocks out Randy Orton. Yes, I believe that the number 3 was gotten in Randy Orton's head. How could he not? This is about alpha males. This is about my family is better than yours. This is about Alberto Del Rio coming from a Hall of Fame background against Randy Orton, who comes from a Hall of Fame father. This is alpha male, Michael. And Del Rio continues the assault into the cover. Look how he wraps the arm and shoulder in a kick out by Orton. JR, interesting poll on WWE.com. The majority of superstars polled in the locker room about this match said that they believe Del Rio is going to win here tonight. Are you surprised? I'm not really surprised because Del Rio's going to roll. As JBL said, I think he has gotten in Randy Orton's head a little bit. And Orton has sometimes been termed as not being the most mentally balanced individual. Very competitive, but he has a short fuse, and that can cause you to make some mistakes. You make one mistake against Del Rio, you lose. And again, Del Rio continues the pressure, and Randy Orton trying to fight out of this, but has the damage been done? Well, you knew his father, JR, just like I do. Yep. His father, Ace Cowboy, had a short fuse, and he became a Hall of Famer. Randy Orton looking to steal one here. Shoulders down, roll up, and a kick out at 2 by Del Rio. I think any way he can get it at this point is Del Rio goes right back.
Get him in the arm.
There we go. That was a beautiful maneuver by Del Rio. Cover, hooks the leg. Orton at 2. Armbar takedown. Again, putting all that torque pressure on the arm that's injured, and we can only guess how badly the left arm of Randy Orton is injured. Del Rio has been seething ever since he believed Randy Orton took his spot. But how do you like how focused Alberto Del Rio is? He comes into this match, doesn't let it get to his head that he's got to beat up Randy Orton. He goes after the streak, and that is Randy Orton's left shoulder. And again, the point I was trying to make is that Del Rio's been upset because he believed he should have been in the #1 contender match, not Randy Orton against Big Show. How can you argue that? These two guys, I'm telling you, these two guys, this is a matter of alphabet. This is bigger than Hell in a Cell. This is bigger than a wrestler.
I thought this was a Heck in a Cell match.
They've been kids since they've been in the WWE together.
It sure was hyped up to almost be one. I thought it was.
To create separation. You say it's bigger than Hell in a Cell there, Mr.
Hello?
Almost? Yes.
I thought it would be 3 Heck in a Cell matches tonight.
Interesting. This isn't just
it's only one? The world title?
And again, Del Rio.
Really?
Using the entire 5 count provided by the
So what's the point of calling this pay-per-view Heck in a Cell? You only got 1 Heck in a Cell match.
I believe that was the defensive move by Randy.
It makes no sense.
Nice move by Orton, perhaps out of desperation.
I thought it used to be 2 since the world titles and stuff.
And flipped it on Randy
I thought
Orton.
Del Rio was going to be one, but now even the world titles not even.
Lame. Del Rio wanted nothing to do with it. But all of a sudden, you feel the momentum maybe
Here we go.
shifting a bit. Everything coming from Orton's right side, obviously. Left arm damage.
Oh, he missed it. Hello.
Here we go. Again.
Cross it. You got him.
Submission maneuver.
You are watching the show, right?
I thought Orton was going to pass.
You are watching the show, right?
Take the full 4 count. That's what you do. And again, John, how well does Del Rio know Orton? Orton was going for that power slam that he usually uses there, and Del Rio had it scouted. Inverted backbreaker by Orton is a difference maker. And now Orton's either bought some time or he might get the pin. Into the cover this time. Hooks the leg of Del Rio. Got it, no 2.5. Del Rio's a 2-time WWE champion. He's won the Royal Rumble. He's won Money in the Bank. Had one of the greatest first years on record in WWE history. You're exactly right. And in 2011, the Royal Rumble you're talking about, the biggest Royal Rumble in history with 40 men. Del Rio wins it. And Orton setting up Del Rio.
DDT? No.
Another great counter. Another great counter by Alberto Del Rio. Not just a great counter, but you see how he hung up Orton on the top rope with a bad shoulder. Look at Rodriguez. A good idea to stay focused here. And now Del Rio. Mocking Randy Orton. Alberto Del Rio's feeling it. Del Rio was going to go for the...
Oh, Del Rio trying to do an RKO.
Maneuver. And Randy Orton sends Del Rio the exit.
DDT?
DDT. And that hang-up DDT is absolutely wicked. And Randy Orton is going to that place. Well, Randy Orton hears voices in his head. He's got one arm, Michael. But can he beat on... Oh, look at this. Randy Orton went down where he pounced the mat and looked like he felt it through his injured left arm.
Here we go. RKO?
For the RKO.
Backstabber.
Stabber by Del Rio. Into the cover. This could be it. Hook of the leg. Shoulders down. And it's 2. And it was Orton's right shoulder that came up. And look here. The RKO by Alberto Del Rio. And then Orton strikes that quickly. Amazing definitive counter. Yeah, but Randy just can't build enough momentum for a sustained offense. Del Rio continues on the attack. Alberto Del Rio came out with a very simple game plan. He's going to find the way.
Cross-arm breaker. Scoop slam.
What a great counter.
Why are you saying scoop power slam?
This time hopes to pick up the win off the power slam at Del Rio. It's obvious that Orton is in pain. Where he's stuck right with that left arm. He couldn't finish the pinning combination there after the power slam. And all because of the punishment by Del Rio to the shoulder throughout this matchup. You're starting to see the vicious streak that Randy Orton possesses. The 9-time world champion Randy Orton. Third generation. Against the son of one of the greatest Mexican heavyweights of all time. the nephew of probably the greatest Mexican heavyweight of all time, Mil Máscara. Of course, Dos Caros, Del Rio's father. And don't forget Psychedelico, his other uncle. Three of the great brothers in Mexican history. Randy Orton somehow hanging on. And Orton saved himself there by hanging on. Doesn't look good. Yeah, he's in deep, deep trouble here. Del Rio.
Oh,
man. Del Rio shows no mercy on Randy Orton. And the Viper, he may be kicking it out. And Orton at 2. Rodriguez wanted a 3 count, so did Del Rio. That was on pure instinct that Orton kicked out there. There's a lot more hurt on Randy Orton right now than his left shoulder. A 250-pound man come off the top rope right through his ribs, and Orton somehow kicked out. Maybe frustration beginning to build for Del Rio. Has Randy Orton got anything left, Michael? This is a beatdown of epic proportions by Alberto Del Rio. He showed moments ago he does. He showed moments ago why he's a 9-time world champion. I think nothing away from Randy Orton. But this has been almost all Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio, who doesn't often go to the top rope, but going to go there again.
what the hell? What the hell is that?
No idea. Perhaps he's
What did Del Rio just do off the top rope? That was a botch.
Del Rio's trying something that was out of his game plan. And I think he realized that, John. Huge mistake by Alberto Del Rio. It could cost Del Rio. Randy Orton stalking his prey. Orton goes to RKO again. Del Rio counters. And again, well, looked like he was trying to send the shoulder to the post, and Randy Orton able to counter.
Ricardo.
To the injured arm.
Cross arm breaker.
Cross arm breaker. Right in the middle of the ring. Submission maneuver. Look at Orton. Right in the middle of the ring. Look what Orton's doing with both hands here, JR. Orton is making sure he's not tensing. But this may be not the greatest move for Randy Orton. Yeah, Orton will let him fight another day. Yeah, but he's trying to survive here. Del Rio trying to separate the 2 hands of Orton. Perhaps trying to alleviate.
He's got to connect it.
In deep. He's in deep. And is Orton going to tap? He's got to tap. He's in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton with nowhere to go. Del Rio ripping and tearing at the elbow of Randy Orton, trying to fight for Randy Orton. Randy Orton.
2? No.
Almost got caught. And Del Rio forced to break his own finishing maneuver or somewhere a 3 count. And Del Rio went to the
oh shit!
Unbelievable.
Okay, that was cool. Alright, that was cool. 3. Okay, I gotta admit, that was kind of cool at the end. It's a Gary into an RKO. It's a good opening. A little slow, but it got better.
Where he climbs to the top rope and hits the guy in the back of the head. Orton saw it coming. He ducked it into the RKO. One of the most unbelievable
You saw that?
that I've ever seen. Randy Orton.
It's a Gary into an RKO. That was awesome.
Unbelievable. Very instinctive. Very
Wow.
and unpredictable.
They got to show a replay of that again. That was cool right there.
That was impressive, Michael. What a fight.
That was actually good this time. Show a replay.
We said at the top of the matchup that there were critics that claimed Orton may have lost his edge. I don't think so. Well, I thought it was great strategy by Alberto Del Rio to focus on the left arm of Randy Orton. The entire time.
They're about to show it.
Alberto Del Rio had a strategy.
Of course, Vince Brothers. Here you go.
And there it is. Del Rio
Boom!
with a kick right into the RKO. An unbelievable.
All right, and see. Record the show. Bye.
When he went to the top rope, inexplicably during the middle of the match, he took himself out of this game plan. Randy Orton capitalized on it. I would agree with that. I think it's fair to say that that man right there, Randy Orton, is still WWE's apex predator. You guys ever live up to their potential? Randy Orton is one of those few. What a wonderful champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it has simply become known as the AJ scandal, dominating the news and social media.
Oh yeah, I missed the pre-show.
Miss Lee resigning as Raw
I forget.
this past Monday night due to allegations of, well, an inappropriate relationship.
Oh, I forgot about the pre-show now.
Of course, Vicky Guerrero was appointed managing supervisor. She's had a Twitter war with John Cena all week. It's been captivating, to say the very least, of the tweets that have gone out between John Cena and Vicky Guerrero.
Okay, we'll figure this out later with that.